3 months.
Has the Secretary spoken to Henry Kissinger or George?
I said he's spoken to some of his predecessors here. I'm not probably going to get into more specifics.
Why,
Yes.
Well, why not? Because if he
I'm
has,
happy to check.
spoken to Kissinger and Schultz, they clearly weren't very persuaded. Because
I'm happy to check on the full list.
Their article, their column is far from nuanced, I think. Basically
really?
says that
you don't think it's nuanced?
Well, I've read it, and it's pretty.
I also read it.
Yeah, and you don't think it's pretty damning?
I wouldn't say that it's damning. I think that there are a lot of opinions on this, and the Secretary is happy to speak to people to let them know what we've done, and that conversation will continue.
All right. Well, maybe there's invisible ink or something like that, or you're reading
between the lines. Is there a question, or are you just commenting?
Well, I want to know what you
I'm not
you just
go
rejected
line by line.
Outright. I mean, they say
No.
that this is a recipe for disaster. Basically, you say no. Clearly, you wouldn't be pursuing something you thought was a recipe for disaster. Is that correct?
Correct. Matt.
Okay, so one of the things they say is that absent a linkage between nuclear and political restraint, America's traditional allies will conclude that the U.S. has traded temporary nuclear cooperation for acquiescence to Iranian hegemony in the region. Not true?
I would obviously disagree with that. I think that an Iran backed up by a nuclear weapon would be more able to project power in the region. And so that's why we don't want them to get a nuclear weapon. That's what this deal does. And I didn't hear a lot of alternatives. I heard a lot of sort of big words and big thoughts in that piece, and those are certainly, there's a place for that, but I didn't hear a lot of alternatives about what they would do differently. I know the Secretary values the discussions he has with his predecessors, regardless of sort of where they fall on the specifics.
Well, I guess one of the criticisms is that there aren't enough big words and big thought, or people argue that there are not enough big words and big thoughts in what the administration is pursuing. Its overall policy, particularly in the Middle East right now, which has been roiled with unrest and uncertainty, and that I think that's what the point is they're making it, that you reject it. I understand that.